I'm here with David Bell, and we are now going to discuss the options in relation to hedge and hedgerow management. And we're now going to take a look. I'm going to sweep the camera towards a hedge that has been maintained using a tractor-mounted trimmer. David, do you want to talk to me about the different methods? There's two methods really of maintaining hedges. You have the tractor mounted trimmer,
yep,
and as well you have hand trimming. So do you want to speak a wee bit about the advantages and disadvantages of both?
Yeah, well, hand trimming is more precise. You can more selective. You can angle it better. It does take a long time, but
yeah,
it's a disadvantage. And for a farmer with a lot of land and hedges, you couldn't. It would be practical to use a hand trimmer.
That's correct. But what if you had the time to do it? What would be options? Say, for example, in terms of selection. Do you think the hand trimming would be a good option if you wanted to select trees to grow on?
Yes, yeah, you could avoid maybe a certain tree you want to grow up in a certain area, whereas you might miss it in a mounted implement,
That's correct. What are the risks about hand trimming as well to yourself, safety wise?
Yeah, you would need to wear correct PPE.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be maybe more at risk of getting an injury.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to scan the hedge. As I say, this hedge has been maintained using tractor-mounted equipment. What are the advantages? You've already stated about it's a quicker method. What are the disadvantages, though, with a tractor-mounted trimmer?
As you said, it's less selective, and you compact the ground around the hedge by driving it manually.
That's true. And as well, what about you? Looks very regular, looks very tidy and neat, but how do you classify that in terms of advantage or disadvantage to wildlife and habitat?
It would have limited advantages for wildlife and habitat. Trimmed every year, then berries and flowers can't grow, or there's less of them that do grow.
That's correct.
If it was cut on a 3-year rotation, it would allow berries to grow in better nesting habitat as well.
Very good. Right, if we wanted to rejuvenate this hedge, what would your options be?
You could cut less for a start, as I say, in rotation. You can also coppice it or lay it.
Right, I want you to explain briefly, just explain to me as if you're talking to a stranger what coppicing involves and how it is advantageous to rejuvenating a hedge.
Coppicing is where you cut the hedge or tree low down at a slant and allow new growth to grow up around the sides of it, new shoots.
Okay, and how would you lay a hedge? What's the process involved in laying a hedge?
You trim off the outer branches and you cut the main stem to about 3 foot high. You don't cut it fully off. You cut it to the end and then bend it over, pin it down, and again new growth will shoot up from that and leave a thicker hedge.
Yeah, and what steps would you take if you coppiced or laid a hedge? What would you do what measures would you put in place to prevent it from stock damage?
You'd fancy a half fence around the side of it.
Very good. Okay, so that's fine. And obviously, the hedge we're looking at, which option do you think would be best? Or we're looking here, the hedge, it's quite a dense hedge. It's protected by a sheep netting wire fence. And if that was taken down, would you have any preferred option, either of the two methods, coppicing or hedge laying?
Probably either, really. Either, yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. And again, if it was done in that manner, either hedge was laid or coppiced, you would want to reinstate the mesh fence and set it back at an appropriate distance to give it a chance to rejuvenate. Yeah. David, thank you very much for that.